get perky, baby. What we finna do?
Welcome to week 3 of Bully Basics. Today we are going to work on our double unders. So for the first thing on our double unders is a lot of people just take the rope and they don't measure it or actually tell where they should be. But what you should do is always take the rope, get it halfway, 1 foot in, not both, and all you're gonna do is take it and see where it lines up. It should either be at where your nipples are or just under your armpit length. If it's too long, it's gonna drag whenever it comes around too far. And if it's too short, you're gonna end up clipping your feet every time it tries to go under. So what you wanna do is just make sure that it's at a good measurement to your height. And then once you get it done, you're just gonna take a pair of scissors and you'll just clip it off. More than likely it's gonna be wire cutters, but you just clip it off so that that extra piece isn't coming around the entire time. What you'll notice whenever you're doing the double unders is that a lot of people tend to go out here with it. But when you're going out here with it, that rope is up more and it's out. So you're losing the actual length of the rope. If you keep it in the hip pocket, which is where it's supposed to be, see how it's on the ground? You have more length to the rope. So out here, you're gonna end up tripping. It's gonna hit you in the feet, it's gonna hit you in the head, it's gonna hit you in a lot of different places. Or the worst is whenever it hits you in the foot and then it whips around and hits you in the tricep. Miserable feeling. So if you keep it in that hip pocket, you're giving yourself the ability to have that rope at its longest length and keep it going around your entire body. Once you start feeling fatigued, your arm's gonna wanna go out. So my recommendation would be do small sets so that your arms don't get fully fatigued. That way you can practice keeping it up in this hip pocket. So when you're doing the double unders, it's all about timing in your wrist. And the best way to do that, I always found when I was learning them, was to get a metronome out. Played music as a kid, so knowing how to follow a beat was always very important to me. So whenever I'm doing the double unders, it's all about hearing that beat. So whenever I'm listening to it, I'm hearing the rope hit twice and then my feet hit. So it's a 1, 2, drop. And so if you want to really practice, get a metronome and just have it going back and forth so you can keep that timing. It's all about timing, it's all about pacing, and it's all about just getting that rhythm. And if you can keep that rhythm, you'll be able to understand when to drop down and when to jump up. Something I see a lot of, and when people are failing them, is because they're just so concerned about jumping as high as they can get up and then whipping it as fast as they can. But with doing that, you're not actually keeping a rhythm or a consistency. You're just trying to get over. So they'll bring their legs up all the way, they'll whip it around, and then they'll jam themselves down. And then when you're jamming yourselves down, you don't really get a good rebound. But if you just keep the movement here, it's not going to throw you off any. Your wrists are just gonna be able to keep going at a 1-2 speed, and you'll be fine. What you need to think about when you're doing your double unders is getting a good enough distance off the ground, but not too much. A lot of people, they try to get about a foot off the ground, and that's gonna throw your timing off. If you were doing maybe triple unders, but not double unders. If you were doing a single under, you're only gonna do a minimal jump. You're gonna do about 3 inches. But for a double under, you're gonna go about 6 inches. So it's not about getting excessively high. It's just about getting it just enough to where as soon as that second one comes through, you can get down quick. For beginners just starting out, and they've never really touched a double under, they've never done any kind of jump roping, and they don't know much about timing, what I always suggest to people is just taking away the rope, throwing it to the side, and just jumping and tapping your thighs. That way you know what the beat should sound like, and you're taking away the stress of having to get the rope underneath and then you're not getting whipped. So you're just jumping up and then tapping twice. So that gives you the ability to hear the double tap and also know when to come back down. And it's probably my favorite one for beginners, and scaling the double under back just so that we have some type of progression towards getting into the double unders. After that progression, what you can do is do a single under to a double under to another single under and go back and forth between them so that you can start controlling the rope and understanding the rhythm. If you start doing that, once you get a couple back and forths, you can start putting doubles in there. Another thing you can practice, I saw it on Instagram the other day, I've been sending this to everyone because I think it's absolutely fantastic, is whenever you're doing your double unders, if you have a problem with keeping your arms in, putting a box on either side of you just far enough out to where you know they're there, and it's gonna feel like you need to keep yourself tight. That way, whenever you're trying to go out, you won't. You're gonna keep it all here. Put it out at like the 30-inch or put 2 boxes together, and you're gonna feel like you're claustrophobic, but it's gonna keep that whole rope and everything inside. It's a fantastic tip. I've been sending it to everybody. I've been telling everybody about it. Highly recommend doing that to keep your arms tight. All right, guys, so that was week 4, Bully Basics, the jump rope. If there's anything we missed, anything y'all wanna see for next week, if you need any more tips on the jump rope, hit us up, comments, go to our Instagram page, talk to us. We're always here to help everybody. And like, subscribe, and we'll see you next week on week 4. All right.